Right. Welcome back to Tanner Tuesday. All right. So today I'm alone. I kind of just wanted to talk about why I made the podcast and a little bit about myself and like growing up in Alabama and stuff. My childhood kind of crazy. It was kind of all over the place. Um, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon. I didn't have everything, but I am grateful for the stuff my parents were able to provide for me. Um, yeah, my dad passed away when I was 5. Um, it was a very kind of traumatic, as most of my childhood was, um, and I guess as everyone else's is. Um, but yeah, I wasn't that close to him. I still looked up to him. Um, But I did have a stepdad that stepped in when I was much younger. I really appreciate everything he had done for me. Um, he was able to fill that father figure role that I kind of never got from my real dad, especially after he was gone. He really did step in, and I really appreciate that. Um, I love that man to death, and every single day that goes by, like, but anyways, um, yeah, my childhood was kind of like a rough story. um, Me and my sister used to fight a lot. We, and I don't mean just, regular, like, screaming matches, stuff like that. I mean, full on brawl. Like, we used to punch each other. One time she knocked my tooth out. One time we were fighting. And I remember because it was like in my childhood home, we were fighting so much. She pushed me into a wall. I fell, and there was the biggest hole in the wall ever. We used to rip doors off. We were crazy children. Um, but yeah, and then um, we never really got along, me and my sister, as kids. But today we're like closer than ever, and just crazy how everything turns out. But yeah, low key, my sister used to bully me, but I don't really remember a lot of my childhood. I can remember bits and pieces here and there, but as far as remembering every single detail, I don't know how people do that. I guess I just blocked out most of the traumatic experiences in my childhood because really and truly, the most that I can remember from my childhood is really when my granny was still alive. She was my great grandma, and she was my best friend in this entire planet. Like, my granny was the one person who was there for me for everything. I used to be a really, really sick kid, and some points in times I used to fake sick just so I could skip school and go spend time with my granny. But we used to go see movies, especially the Air Buddies, all of those movies we loved. We used to watch every single one of them. We also would like go to McDonald's. We would just do any and everything. I remember she used to put some of her music on, and we used to just dance around her apartment, and I could literally tear up. But I just love her. She really taught me how to love and appreciate people for who they are and not just judge someone based off, you know, what they look like or anything like that. Um, my granny growing up in the 1940s, especially in Alabama. She was very, back in her day, back in her day, racism, segregation was very common. So her best friend that when I was growing up that I met, her best friend was black. And so learning from my granny, like, hey, you should not treat anyone different based on just if they look completely different from you. You should love every single person no matter what. And I just really appreciate that valuable life lesson because every single person is diverse. Every single person, not everyone has the same skin tone, but it does not hurt to look to your neighbor and show them love. It does not hurt to feel appreciated by anybody who is different than you. That is okay. But yeah, my granny, she was just a wonderful woman. She passed away when I was 14. Um, she had to go into a nursing home, which I hated. I remember when I just remembered like screaming at my mom, like, please, 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 like, I don't need to go to school. Let me take care of her like she took care of me. Please, just bring her home with us. I'm tired of them. They're not taking care of her. Please bring her home. But in reality, child's mine. We couldn't really afford to. Um, that was just a really hard time. And then high school was also like kind of rough because I was closeted, but low key everybody knew I was gay. I just didn't really admit it. And I feel like because I was so scared to admit it and be free and actually express myself, I was always so mean. Like I gave off the biggest mean girl energy. And I was just lashing out on anyone and everyone that I could. And to most people, it wasn't fair. But to me, like, on top of being closeted, I was also going through so much at home, so much with my mom, so much like our financial struggles and my sister. Like, it was just so hard to deal with. On top of that, I was working. At one point, I was working two jobs. I was also trying to play soccer. I was taking like the most advanced classes I could because I just knew like once I graduated, I'm leaving. And funny how life works because I ended up coming back to Millbrook. But after I graduated, I tried to go to college. I wanted to be a vet. It didn't end up working out. I got super depressed. Um, it was just a really hard time to deal with, especially during COVID. It was really hard to make friends in college. I didn't really know truly what I wanted to do, honestly. But, and even to this day, sometimes I'm like, I really don't know what I want to do. But Auburn was rough. Auburn is probably like my least favorite city in Alabama. I feel like a lot of hard moments, a lot of life lessons happened in Auburn. Because the first person I dated ever, he was from Auburn, and girl, he was not it. He was okay, but no, like the mental struggle that was that relationship, especially trying to battle depression. And I don't know why. No one would believe me that I am depressed. Like, I remember one day I was living like an eclectic at this time, but I remember one day I was struggling to get out of bed and my friend had came over and I love her for this, but depression is just so hard like to deal with. People really don't realize like how hard depression actually is. Because for me, everything starts to feel like a chore. Everything starts to feel like if I leave my bed, if if I have to change, if I have to brush my teeth, if I have to do this or that, stuff that's just easy everyday things for people, it feels like the end of the world. So that particular day, um, I couldn't get out of my bed. That was like the worst of it. I could not, and my friend came over. I remember she was trying to pull me out of the bed, but I just started bawling. Like I was sobbing so bad. I was like, I can't do it. This isn't it. Like just have to stay in my bed. Like getting up is it's the end of the world. Like I'm just like I can't. Like I don't know what to do. Like just leave me here. It was horrible. Um, but fast forward, I've the real reason, like, I truly, and this is why I made the podcast, like, why I truly made the podcast is because my best friend Selena, we've been friends for 10 years now. And that is insane, first of all. Second of all, she went to UAB. And after Eclectic, I moved back to Millbrook. And every time she came to Millbrook, like we would get coffee. It was kind of like we're childhood friends, and whenever you visit your hometown, like we'll just hang out. But then I started coming to Birmingham every other week. I know Selena probably got tired of me. We had like our first little tiff, um, and it was basically because Selena was not getting treated right. And I was like, girl, you have to stand up for yourself. Like, come on. Like, you cannot let these people treat you like this. But it was kind of in a more harsher tone than that, which I probably shouldn't have done. But I just really wanted her to see that you are so beautiful. You cannot let anybody walk over you, girl. Like, these people are destroying your confidence. Get up, girl. Like, there's so much life and beauty in you that you're not even realizing. Come on, girl. Um, but she, I said it, like I said, it was a little too harsh and it kind of hurt her feelings. And, um, I got told by somebody else that, her feelings were hurt. But the way I responded was like, oh my gosh, I never wanted to do that. I love Selena so much. The message I was trying to put off is you cannot let people walk all over you. And then after that, we got super close. Um, we started going to parties, we started going to clubs. Like, I was like, I really want to move to Birmingham. And we kind of made this like joke as to whether I was going to move up here or not. But I got a really good job here and everything just worked out. Like I said in the past episode, I really had $200 in a dream to move up here. And I can't wait to just expand from here. But truly, why I made this podcast is to showcase not only myself, but my friends. I've never felt so much love and support as I feel today. They are the most amazing people in this world. They have, in a sense, I kind of feel like the love that I had from my granny in my childhood is the love that I have from my friends now. They are so, I just know at the drop of a hat, they're going to be there no matter what. And I just wanted to show everybody them. I can't wait until I can film with Trudy and Sarah because their vibe is so chill. They're very positive people. They're very chill, but also they're just some cool ass. Like they're so down to earth. But I also can't wait to film with my friend Angela. She has such a different vibe. I like her. She's kind of very chaotic and spontaneous, more than me and Parmis combined. Um, but I love her energy. Like I feel like she, because Parmis is very good at matching my energy, but I feel like Angela kind of takes it to a whole nother level that I just like love. Um, yeah, but and so Parmis's birthday is about to come up. Um, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to be there to celebrate with her, my Gemini twin. But yeah, and uh, so recently Bosco was in Nashville, and I'm very excited. I really wanted to see her. This All Stars 10 is amazing. Dare I say, like one of the best seasons of Drag Race yet. But I love drag. I love Drag Race. Like it's so iconic. I love RuPaul. RuPaul is one of my icons, legends, heroes. I just remember like during high school, I would like sneak and watch Drag Race because I didn't want anybody to know I was gay, but I would watch it. But I loved it. If I ever meet RuPaul, like I'm gone. That's it. That's the end of me. I'm passing away. Like I love RuPaul so much. She taught me how to parallel park. Um, but this season of Drag Race is really cool. Like I love it. I'm rooting for Bosco. Low-key a little Irene too. Like Irene really killed the competition. I'm also rooting for Aja. Everyone that like moved past the first bracket, I'm rooting for all three of them. I'm also rooting for Lydia. Lydia Butthole Collins. Are you kidding me? Going from season 17 to All Stars 10 and especially her last runway look. Her last runway look was so good. It was such an elevated version of her. I was not expecting to see that. That is crazy. And she had 5 days to prepare that. That is even crazier. But I am rooting for her. Everything that she has brought for All Stars 10, like her package for All Stars 10 so far has been so good. I cannot wait for the next bracket. The purple bracket, Diabetes, Ginger Minge, Acid Betty, Cynthia Lee Fontaine. Are you kidding me? It's just some iconic queens, and I cannot wait to get into them. Um, but some other queens that I really love, I love Trixie, love Katya, Bob the Drag Queen, Monet. Those are probably like my four queens. Recently, I fell in love with Jules Sparkles from season 17. I know Anya deserved to win, but I was low-key rooting for her. But Anya did deserve that crown. Like 4 challenges, girl was dominating the competition. Like, come on. I also low-key have like been enjoying baddies too. My favorite baddie is Anna Mac, hands down. She's so her energy is just I just resonated. I just resonate with it so much. Um, she's such a bad. She's so tiny, but she's not scared of anything. And recently, she walked in Miami Swim Week, and seeing her model Oh, I c- I really want to model so bad. School, I've always wanted to walk during Paris Fashion Week. I feel like once I hit the gym and get into it, I feel like it's a high possibility for me. I just need to, explore my options and stuff, take some headshots, get my name out there or whatever. But that's been one of my biggest dreams, especially Mugler. Mugler is one of my favorite designers. I just love everything, especially from the 1980s, 90s. Like, Mugler, like, is just a mastermind. Um, but yeah, that has just been one of my biggest dreams in life. I've also wanted to start my own fashion brand company. I need to learn how to sew, but I've just always wanted to have like a high fashion, high end brand and sell my own clothes, but handmade by me. So I really need to like sew. Really need to get on learning how to, girl. Um, but yeah, and recently I've kind of just been wanting to do anything. I've been watching a lot of Vanilla Mace, and she does a lot of stuff by herself. So I kind of just want to get into that. Like, she is kind of making me want to get out of my comfort zone and kind of do the things I wanted to do, whether I'm with someone or not. Because most of the time I'm just like, I just wish like Selena or Parmis was here. Like, let me just stay home or whatever. But no, like, I really just, why can't I explore and do things by myself? I really need to get into it. I've also been enjoying a couple book series. I did buy the first three books of the Naruto manga because I love Naruto growing up. It's one of my favorite things ever. Um, I've also been reading like it's called The Kingdom of the Wicked, and basically it's this girl and her twin sister. They're both witches. Anything that's witch related or kind of fantasy type stuff, I really enjoy. Um, yeah. But right now, I'm reading Elfie, and that book is it's crazy because I know like the Wicked musical is based loosely off the book, but I didn't know how loosely it was based. Like I did not know like Elphaba was gonna have razor sharp teeth, and Nessa Rose was gonna have no arms, and that's how far I've gotten. I haven't gotten too far into a book. When I read, it takes me a hot minute to really get into it. But speaking of Wicked, like I am so excited for the new movie for part two to come out. It's just gonna be so good. I'm so excited for that staircase scene with Ariana because that girl has been teasing it since way before the movie even came out. um, but yeah, um, but really today, I just kind of wanted to for everyone to get to know me a little more, a deeper look into myself because the past two episodes I've been with my besties and I just wanted to showcase who I am and why I started the podcast in the first place. And while I'm here, I kind of want to answer some questions just so y'all can get to know me more on a deeper level. There's a status quo you don't agree with. Right now, the status quo, what I don't agree with, and I'm about to get a little deep into this, but is whatever Trump's doing, these ICE raids, everything that's going on with LA right now, we really need to really crack down and just be there for each other. This is crazy. Like, deportation is supposed to be this whole process. When people are trying to actually do right, especially show up to their court hearings and you're having ICE right outside the court to arrest them and deport them, that is crazy. That is like the craziest thing ever to me. I'm just, I will never understand. And when people are, I just, it's just mind boggling. Um, when people are saying you cannot be an immigrant that's stolen land, it's true. Like, our whole country is based off immigration. Let's get this shit together. Let people be happy. Let them live their lives. They're not hurting anybody. And you're just doing it because you want to be racist to the Latino community. Come on. Thank you. Next. What is the best party you've ever been to and why? I would say the best party would have to be my 21st. Okay. And because it was having all my friends there, it was such a vibe. We did end up going out in Auburn to Sky Bar that night, but it was such a vibe. The night was such a good time. We got this mar I got a margarita, even though I shouldn't have. I was beyond drunk at that point. But my 21st birthday was everything to me. The people that showed up really were amazing. It's my favorite bar to go to. Right now, it has been probably Saturn. I feel like as a kid, I grew up, I hit my first vape at 12 years old. I probably drank my first beer at 11. Um, hit, like, smoked my first hookah at probably 12 or 13. But right now, I have not really been enjoying going out. Like, I really, especially to a club or a bar. If I had to pick one, probably Juniper or Saturn, because you get to sit and play games and stuff at Saturn. But at Juniper, it's such a vibe. Like, it's so much greenery. It's just beautiful in there. But I haven't really been enjoying going out lately. I kind of just been enjoying like a good book and being at home. Do you wish your relationship was different with your parents? So, with my stepdad, I do. I wish we were a lot closer. I do love him. With my mom, in a way, yes. I feel like we go through these moments where we're like getting really close and then something happens and then we kind of separate a little bit and then we'll come back and get close and then all over again. So yeah, I wish it was a little different, but I love both of them. In what ways do you feel that you are limited? Right now, I would love to move to a bigger city because I feel like right now I'm kind of just limited to Alabama and I want to move to a different city just to get a new experience in life. I want to, like I said previously, I do want to learn every single day and I just want I just want to be able to grow and uh, Alabama is so different than any other city I've ever been to in a different state. I've never been out of the South, but Atlanta is still different. It's so much more diverse. I feel next step would probably be Atlanta, but I do feel very restricted in Alabama, especially as far as like having a gay community and stuff like that. I don't have that. I feel like people here are very close-minded. You know, there is a gay bar called Owls, and that's where Sam Star came out of. But um, and Trinity the Tuck, I think, is from Alabama. But as far as really having a community here, like a gay queer community space, it's not that big. Which of my friends has the coolest job? Probably, I will say Sarah's still in school. Shruti is unemployed at the moment, but no, I'm just kidding. That one. Girl, if I could be unemployed. No, I would say probably Selena. Selena probably has the coolest job because the way she lights up whenever she's talking about her participants and how they make her day and how she just enjoys it, that's like everything to me. I would love to experience her job. The Exceptional Foundation sounds so cool. And I remember they hosted a chili cook-off and I went and I got to meet some of her participants and they're just so cool. Um, they're so cute and funny. Like I just love getting to meet them and just hearing her talk about it. Like, yeah, I would love that. I would love to just experience her job, at least for one day. Who from my friend group do I think would be the first to have kids? Um, I don't know. I don't really know as of right now. Maybe Selena, but I can't even give you like a definite answer. Only because right now, I know every single one of us are wanting to travel, especially around the country and stuff. And having kids, girl, you cannot do that. Girl, I learned, I saw, girl, I see it from my sister. Like you can traveling with kids is very hard. So I think we want to do that first and get all the experience out of life we can, and then have kids. But I feel like maybe Selena, but we'll see. Stay tuned to find out, I guess. Are you currently annoyed with any of your friends? Who and why? Not these cards getting messy. Um, no, I'm not. Our friend group is very good about talking to each other about how we feel. It's the most mature friend group I've ever had, especially, never mind. But, and we're very good at communicating with each other. We're very good at, hey girl, like, when you said that, this is how it made me feel, or when you did that, this is how it made me feel. Like, but yeah, no. If how we feel is how we feel in the moment, like you're gonna hear. I've always told Selena, I was like, girl, I don't care if you have to cuss me out. If you have to do that, then here you go. But at the end of the day, get your feelings out towards me, and that's what we do. I mean, we don't cuss each other out, but we do communicate very well with each other. If you could find out how and when you die, would you want to know? I mean, Loki, like, but also no, because I'm just a very anxious person for real. I feel like if I found out, I would try everything I could do to avoid like that space, that area, but it's gonna happen no matter what. So it would just freak me out. Like on the low, I feel like I would like to know, but no. I feel like I couldn't. What is the most romantic thing you've ever done? So I'll talk about like my dream date versus the most romantic thing. So the most romantic thing was recently me and my boyfriend went to a drive-in movie theater. We got some snacks. We saw Lilo and Stitch and Karate Kid. It was my first time ever doing that, and it was just so nice. Like, especially just being there with him. It was so romantic. But my dream is to have like, you know, a really classic picnic. Um, I want to, I want to be by like a pond or a lake, set out like a little blanket, have a little picnic basket, maybe some champagne, um, and just be like cuddled up eating with my man. Like, yeah, that's my dream. Like, I just love Barry. I'm such a hopeless romantic that I just love anything like that. Like, my dream date is literally a picnic. What is one disease that you wish could be globally cured? Girl, I'm about to give y'all a pageant answer, but either cancer or HIV/AIDS. Like, I would love to just one day for that to be gone. Like, I feel like, and I don't know, I'm not on the research team behind these or whatever, but I feel like we are more so at the point where we could find a cure for either one of those. It just feels like we are so hooked on treatment for money rather than curing. And it does suck. Like, it does suck. Our medical in America, like anything medical related in America, just sucks right now. We're not even like, I feel like we are not where we are supposed to be as other countries are. This question is so funny. Have you ever been stabbed in the back? By whom and when? Yes, I have. But yes, I have. Um, I this past year, it was actually a really close friend of mine. Um, there was a lot of things that have been said about me that I've heard, and I really did not appreciate it, but it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. So, cue Whenever by Megan. Hey Siri, start playing Whenever by Megan Thee Stallion. Thanks. Have you ever struggled with your self esteem? How did you handle that? Yes, girl, yes. Depression kicked my ass. How did I handle it? Really, with my friends, like the friends that I have now. But really, for me, you have to, when you're not feeling confident, you, I know it's corny, you have to look yourself in the mirror and be like, you are the baddest. Get over it. Push through it. You are the baddest. You are the baddest ever existed on this planet. So who's gonna tell you you're not? If you believe it, that's all that matters. No one else has to believe it. Just hold your head high. Even in public, like, I know it sounds crazy, but the way I've worked on it is, you know how like when you're feeling a little like ugh about yourself, you'll like just get on your phone, hold your head down. I'm like, no, put the phone away, hold your head up high, and walk with confidence. Because at the end of the day, that's what people are gonna see. And to be honest, really fake it till you make it because it will come into reality. How would you describe your generation? Go getters. I feel like my generation is really on some entrepreneur shit. They really are on there. Let me make the most out of what I can do. Because there's people I've grown up with, they're tattoo artists and they're really killing it. They're online, they're vlogging, there's rappers. And it's like, yeah, we're some real go getters. Like, we're about our coin. And that's period. Like, my generation is really like about their coin. I feel like we're also big on standing up for ourselves. We're big on respect. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you like are not going to respect me, then I'm not going to give you the same respect back. And I feel like that's how my generation is in general. What's my go-to de-stress activity? Um, I will say this is my last question, and then I'll wrap it up. Okay, I will say I just love reading. That really like helps. Watch anything on YouTube, but really, especially after work, me and Selena will come home. We will go outside on our balcony, talk about our day, and really just catch up about our day and give each other advice. Really like nonsense every time, but um, and we'll come in, we'll watch a show. We've been watching the new Total Drama Island on Max, and it's lucky been really good. I love Total Drama, but yeah, really just spending that time with Selena has helped me so much. Just like it's so relaxed, not relaxing, but it is very good to like de-stress because I just talked and ranted about my whole day. Now I'm good. But yeah. All right, y'all. Well, don't forget to tune in for next Tanner Tuesday. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all next week. Bye. Mwah.